Live. Make sure you're live.
I am live.
Excellent.
I am live.
Hello. Welcome to the world, everybody.
This is the Prepared for Nothing podcast, episode 8, 9, 10. We really don't know because we recorded in advance and we're prepared for nothing.
We're not counting until we make a title.
Yeah.
I don't know how to count past 6, so I mean, that's pretty bad.
All right. We got Justin, Connor, and Jay ready to go.
Ooh. Have you heard about the big ship that's stuck in the river?
A big ship stuck in the river. I haven't heard of any ship stuck in a river.
No? Suez Canal?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be real with you.
The one in between Mexico and South America?
Right.
Wasn't that the one that, like, FDR built?
Yep. We went to war over it.
Yeah. Dude, that was an insane project. They just blew the shit out of it. No excavation, nothing. They're just like, fuck it, we're going to keep blowing shit up until it's a canal. That's
a pretty good way to go about rocks, though. I mean,
yeah.
Just blow the fuck out of them.
I can't remember if, I think they considered using, like, nukes at the time to carve the canal.
That would have been
or, like, atom bombs or something. Just because it was such a massive explosion. They're like, we can put it underground. It'll explode, clear a canal, and then we have a canal.
That's some ridiculous shit. Yeah, it's the where they fill up the water on each different side, to like slowly get you up there. Apparently, there's some big green boat stuck in there.
Oh, I've seen those. Those are weird. They're like elevators.
Yeah.
River elevators.
So you don't have to go around all of like South America. You know what I mean? It's pretty important. I think they set it up in like 2002, 2003 or something like that. I'm not sure.
So what kind of boat got stuck there?
Cargo ship.
Cargo ship.
Big.
Okay.
Big.
What's it carrying?
Xboxes. Dildos.
Okay. I hope it carries some PlayStation 5.
Probably some people.
Bro, that's where the backlog's at.
Oh, no. Okay, so it's at the Suez Canal. Just got turned sideways and is stuck there.
So it got constipated.
Got a bunch of mini
it's like when you got a turd stuck sideways.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever experienced that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty weird.
Oh, you haven't been that constipated then.
No, I guess not.
I don't know what you're eating, but I'm going to stay away from it.
Dude,
I'd feel Pakistani food would make you pretty regular.
I'm used to it, man. I've been having it since I was like 2.
Okay. The constipation or Pakistani food?
Both.
Okay.
You guys ever have to take the suppository to clear it up?
I've never had to do that.
Never.
It is the worst. I still remember it as a child.
I'll be honest, I've never had to take laxatives before. I knew a guy that tried it once just because he got really bad constipation when we went to Portland. Which makes sense because like a lot of people when they fly always constipates them. But he was basically just constipated for another like rest of the day, and then like middle of the night he suddenly just had to shit. It was like the laxative just waited until he was done being constipated on his own and then kicked in.
God damn, and then it all just came.
Yeah, and so he no longer is constipated. He is now the opposite.
Oh god. For the rest of his life?
Not probably for like an hour.
Oh, okay.
It sounds almost as bad.
So what sort of suppository did they use to get out the cargo ship?
Prunes.
I wonder if they just made the canal bigger. Do you think that would unstuck it?
Unsticker?
It would take a lot of water because that cargo ship was very full.
Bro, they're next to the ocean. They got plenty of
I
water.
think I just saw they had this little like bitch ass like a little fucking tractor with one of those little digger arms, and it was just kind of pushing it. Like, you bitch, get out of here. You bitch. And finally, it kind of cooperated and just was like, fine, all right, fuck it. Everyone else can travel.
They should rename
A bunch
that
of
digger.
ships like had to turn around. They should rename that digger the what?
They should rename it X-Lax.
I can't remember any of the constipation commercial logos or slogans.
There's X-Lax, there's castor oil, there's...
Castor oil?
Yeah, castor oil is like an old school method of clearing it up. Oh god, I had to take castor oil too. Oh, it's disgusting. Because my mother just uses like these
Okay, well,
1950s medical remedies at home, and they're terrible.
Okay.
Fidel spit in this bottle and it's godsend.
Okay, not like that. More like if you have a sore throat, like honey and pepper and turmeric. If you have like, if you're recovering from like an injury or a bruise or like a lot of swelling in your body, you mix heavy cream milk with a bunch of turmeric and garlic, and you drink that. It sounds gross, but
I can understand.
like it sounds gross.
I
But
can understand why they do it though.
It does not sound any bit delicious to me.
sounds gross. It does. Well, I mean, like when you really just see it working, you're like, holy shit, it's working.
Jesus Christ. Connor, I want to ask you about your Spy Gear toy line.
Spy Gear toy line. We were talking about that the other day at my house. Do you remember the commercials for it?
Don't
Oh,
even
yeah,
know
dude.
what it is.
Oh, you don't
I
know what
definitely
it is?
know what the Spy
So
Gear
Spy
toilet is.
Gear-
I always wanted it. Always wanted it.
Yeah, Spy Gear was like this cheap knockoff toy line that was totally banking on like the
Spy
nostalgia of
Kids
Spy
movie.
Kids. And every single commercial basically revolved around like younger brothers using Spy Gear to harass their older sister in the most inconvenient way possible. And it'd be something super stupid like putting a hidden camera in her room or like a motion sensor by her door or like one of those little RC drones with the camera on it.
Just fuck with them.
Yeah, and then they had like shitty walkie-talkies that you had to be within earshot of each other to pick up.
Okay.
They had like a watch that you could hit like a button and it would flip up and it's like a red lens so you could see like hidden ink type stuff.
Oh my god, dude. So it was all just like really bad fake Spy
I
Kids.
wanted it so
100%.
badly. I wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
Was it ever sold in like a McDonald's fun pack?
No, dude,
think
these were
For a
expensive.
hot second.
These were expensive.
Well, McDonald's had like the cheap out version, but yeah, no, these were like fucking $80 for the watch.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, because they're like, yeah, this is super advanced technology. And people are just buying it up. But
And what would you just said the watch just had a flip up red thing?
yeah,
Told
like a
the time?
flip up red thing. It was like a generic digital watch
What year
with
was
a few little gadgets attached to it that did really nothing outside of work with Spy Kids stuff.
was this like early 2000s?
I think it was
Yeah.
98.
$80. 80
98.
bucks.
I remember seeing the commercials all the way into like 2012.
Oh,
80
really?
bucks in the early 2000s for some fucking kids toy like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty price.
Yeah, it was a camera that could record for like 4 minutes.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I
that
need
you
to
could,
get
like,
me one of
mount on
them.
the wall or something like that. And they would push too like the cameras in like like the glasses with the camera on the side, things like that.
Yeah, dude.
But like none of that stuff really worked. If you got it, it worked for maybe one round and then broke.
Everyone always asks the question like, what would you do if you could have any superpower? What would you do if you could have any like super tech Spy
Super
Kids
tech.
gadget? I think I want the glasses.
The glasses are always really cool.
The glasses seem pretty dope, like true Google glasses. I'm sure Janaid wants glasses too.
I think. I mean, if it was like for kids
No, for you right now,
right
dog.
now, oh, dude, I would want like a high tech sonar system,
For
so I
what?
could know if there's any like incoming attack coming and prepare for it.
Okay, all right.
Because we're living in some very uncertain times, especially where I am right now.
See, I'd kind of like a comical, oversized fedora with like an obvious camera lens coming out the front.
It just films everybody.
Yeah, and then the high tech part of it is that it's actually an earpiece.
What?
Yeah, this is all like a red herring to hide the fact that I have an earpiece in.
Jesus Christ, Connor. Well,
So they're gonna take my hat from me once I get into the secret room and not even bother to search me for an earpiece.
I just thought about if you put all three of our things together, just a dude with a ridiculous hat and some glasses holding a sonar system. I want to be friends with that guy.
They're just looking at him. It's like, I assure you, gentlemen, I am not a spy. It's like, get the AKs.
You'd have no idea what that guy's up to. You'd, in every part of you'd be like, I don't know if I should trust this guy and be on his side or if I need to like fucking run away from him.
They're like dressed in Sean Connery's James Bond outfit the entire time. Dude. Walk in with like a sonar system in hand, a fucking comical hat,
And the Google glasses.
and like the glasses. Gentlemen, I'm just here to play cards.
Just here to keep the neighborhood safe. Play some cards. Jesus.
I remember a lot of people brought up that that guy was like a super big woman respecter because he stopped doing the James Bond thing when he felt the female leads were getting too young for him.
Really?
Yeah. So
How young were all the like James? Which Sean Connery?
yeah. So when Sean Connery was doing the James Bond bit, the first one he was about the same age as the female lead, but the female lead age never really changed as he proceeded to get older and older.
So he's like Brad Pitt in real life.
Yeah, so by the end of it, he's just like, this is weird. They're like my daughter's age. I think I'm done after this.
No.
And everyone's just like, oh, wow, a man of honor. And it's just like, does no one remember any of like his spousal abuse interviews?
What?
You don't remember those?
No. Did he
had,
beat
like,
his lady?
This whole interview about how to keep a woman in place on like one of the talk shows. And then they brought it up like years later on another talk show. And they're just like, you said in an interview that you felt the best way to hit a woman was with an open hand. And he's like, and my opinion hasn't changed.
No one. Oh my God! I just found it. Hold on. Sean Connery on slapping women is the first thing that came up. I don't want to play it.
But I think there was
some
like
TV
talk
stuff.
that that's a similar reason why the current guy is gonna step out of being James Bond soon.
Same deal. He's just getting too old.
Yeah, but
The
also
girls
probably
will stay
because,
the
like,
same age.
The action sequences are more demanding now too for James Bond.
So he doesn't have like as much stunt double-y stuff, and he's got to just fucking bust his balls out there. He's getting old man. Fuck, dude, that doesn't sound like any fun at all.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like, it's a huge deal to be James Bond, but you have to somehow get.
I thought the new James
past
Bond
the
is
fact
going to
that
be
it's
some black guy.
atypical. It's gonna be a black chick.
Black chick?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. And it's not even going to be, like, really James Bond. It's more like, the way they described it is they're going to
Jamie
have
Blonde.
the last guy that was James Bond come in and do, like, a pass the torch movie. So she won't be James Bond, but she'll be from the James Bond universe and, like, a member of the same organization and stuff.
They're doing like a Marvel like
Pandering.
the the Black Spider-Man character, Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're like,
Well, at least that's an actual comic book thing.
that's true. That's true. That's true. Fuck.
I don't know. I'm kind of fine with
fucking
having a black
pandering
chick.
shit.
I know that she'll be hot.
I wonder what dudes. I wonder if like the dudes she'll be going after, if it'll be like in a James Bond way. And they just have all these like Jason Tatum's and like all these just like super sexy ass dudes up there. We're like, oh come on, man, like.
And they probably won't even have that anymore.
You know, it'd be really funny if Daniel Craig comes through, passes the torch to Leslie Jones from SNL, and she's the new. That would be hilarious. That would be so fun. I will watch that.
Oh my god! It just turns into a really hacky comedy movie after
You're the
that.
most unqualified person to pass the torch to. Here it is.
Oh my god!
Leslie Jones for James Bond.
Every time,
I'm
every time before she.
I'm promoting
you're not
this.
tactful, you're not subtle, you're not any spy material whatsoever.
That's what I was like. She would jump into like the scene and look at the camera and be like, "We about to shoot all these bitches" or something, and just start like blasting. You're like, but in the meantime, everyone's already shooting at her.
Creates a scene every time the villain throws like a subtle jab to throw him off.
Oh, what the? Oh,
I know
man,
you didn't
that'd
just
be
do
so
that to
good.
me.
Like, because like I'm thinking about like Casino Royale.
Yep.
Every time the Mad Mikkelsen character makes like a sly comment at him, and he has to like keep his composure kind of deal. And it's like you redo the scene, she's just going off on him, and it's just immediately carted out and shot out back.
Oh my god.
Like they start to play poker, but she's playing Go Fish.
Not even that. Like she'll play
Uno?
the poker scene, but it's like the second he makes like one sly comment, she gets all up about it.
What the fuck does that
Really?
mean?
Oh.
But I know it's like a huge deal to be James Bond, just because I'm pretty sure every actor that has been James Bond has also been knighted.
So it's like a big
It's
deal.
gonna stop
Yeah,
now when they
'cause
have
if
a
you're
black
good
chick.
James Bond, the Queen knights you. Is kind of like what the pattern's been.
Janae might be right there. That might be done now. Might be over.
Imagine Leslie Jones being knighted by the Queen.
Well, I think that's another reason too why they make it like a requirement that it's a British actor,
Oh, so you can be knighted.
so you can be knighted. Because there's like nothing that says you're doing good as James Bond than your actor getting knighted. I think.
Yeah, like
Why
if you
can't they
go
do,
back
like,
to
it-
people who have been knighted, like not in the past 100 years, but like before that, it's the most horrible reasons why. It's like colonized a land, you're knighted. Murdered its indigenous people, you're
Oh, yeah.
knighted. Usurped the rubber factories, you're knighted.
Yo, have you guys been getting the YouTube commercials about how you can buy a plot of land in like Scotland? And all you have to do to be a lord
Yes.
or a lady in Scotland
lord
is
or a
buy
lady.
a 1x1 plot of
You
land.
basically buy like a square section of this guy's backyard.
Yeah. There's people who are buying like large
sticks
plots
a sign there and.
and makes you an official lord.
Mhm.
We should do one for the podcast. Could you do that?
How much is it?
Lord, prepared for nothing.
I don't know. Should I look it up?
Yeah, look it up.
$180. But I don't know if you have to pay like monthly, annually, or what.
Or if you have to like start paying property tax. And...
Yeah. Which I can't imagine property tax on a 1x1 square would be much.
No, but that'd get annoying after like 2 years. Fucking says for just $30, dude.
Yes, we have a flat rate of $500 property tax.
That's what I'm trying to do. It's like I'm becoming a lord today. I'm clicking it. Oh, that's for 100. Oh, that's for 100 square feet.
$30.
No, that's just what it's trying to default it.
Is
to.
it under
It's kinda
$5,000?
Oh, way under. I think.
Then it's doable.
Yeah, this is gonna be like one of the. Yeah, it's gonna be one of the cheapest ways to be a lord, but doesn't mean it's necessarily gonna be like worth the money.
Are there any benefits? Like, can you
This
travel
place is-
there without a visa?
No. It just makes it so that you can like give somebody a cheesy piece of paper that says you're a lord.
Yeah. I'm sure there's probably some roundabout legal action that you could take to make it sovereign land where you'd immediately get usurped by the queen.
Fuck, I'd rather be here than with the queen.
Yeah.
She's a lizard.
You're gonna discover the speed run of what the IRA had to deal with.
Jesus.
We
Oh,
resurrected Thatcher just for you.
So, off-topic thing
What's
that
up?
just happened like an hour and a half ago. There was an accident outside of my house, but because it's like Eid ul Fitr, they're like these motorcycle group kids, basically, like just 20-year-olds. They get like 20, 30 people together, and they just like ride and speed and do wheelies and do these tricks on their bikes. Well, one of those idiots,
Dude, that sounds pretty lit.
right outside my house, there's like a tunnel, and the tunnel curves, so you can't see what's after the curve. And this guy was just speeding down the tunnel because it's like a nicely made tarmac, and there
Was he ripping a wheelie?
yeah, something like that. And there was like this big lorry driver that was just in the slow lane, and since it was a turn to the right, and the slow lane's on the other side in Pakistan. So obviously, like when the turn came, the motorcycle like had to take the outside lane, and this guy just going slowly, and the motorcycle slams into the lorry, and then they all get out. The kid has like basically dislocated his shoulder and like all scuffed up. I don't know. He might lose his arm. But yeah, these 20, 30 guys just end up beating the driver, and the driver, it wasn't even the driver's fault. They just beat him up like over and over and over again, and then he ran away. And then these 20, 30 boys just like destroyed the lorry itself. Like they just like got a bunch of bats and started like hammering at the lorry, like broke all the windows and all the lights and all that sort of stuff, like slashed the tires, everything like that. And like we were outside, we were like, dude, it wasn't his fault. Like you guys were speeding. And then they started yelling at us, and then we came back inside. We're like, all right, lock the gate. Let's get
Run away.
Let's get armed. These people are stupid. And most of them were drunk, man. Most of them were drunk or stoned. We're like, dude, it's the end of a religious month of fasting where you're supposed to like be thankful for everything that you have and ask for more and like give charity, and this is how you're celebrating it?
No comment.
They gave up drinking and beating up lorries.
No. It's just like they're drinking and driving, which is like terrible. It's selfish, and it's also like hurtful to others.
Correct.
Yeah, so there's like this huge mob.
All prepared for nothing drivers.
Yeah, there's this huge mob of like 200 people outside of our house, and we're just like, oh, what do we do? Finally, the police came and broke it up. They got their.
I was gonna say, it's like, where's your police during this?
Yeah, but like that poor guy, he's working on a holiday. The driver, he's working on a holiday because he's like, I gotta make more money for my family, and then this ends up happening, and then ruins his career as a driver because no one's gonna hire him, no one's gonna keep him there because they basically the truck ends up being a total loss with how much damage it just took, and that's like more than that guy's like 5-year salary.
I mean, they wouldn't make the 20-year-olds pay for it.
Dude, the 20-year-olds just got on their bikes and like disappeared.
Oh man.
Of course. Of course.
The circle of life.
You crash your motorcycle in lorries. Is that good, Janine?
Yeah, pretty good. I just want his mother to like slap the shit out of him.
We'll see about that. What's your guys' favorite Gen Z slang word?
Gen Z slang word?
Bet.
Yeah. Bet? That's a good one.
I don't use it. But whenever I say, like, dude, you could just say yes, bet. No, just say yes.
Dude, but sometimes when certain people say it in the right way, it sounds cool as fuck, though. You're right.
Cap's a pretty good one. I enjoy Cap.
What does that mean?
You know what the
You don't know about like no cap?
Yeah.
No hat?
Dude, you're such an old man.
No hat.
Well,
No.
it essentially means like you're not lying, you're not fronting.
A cap is like a lie. Essentially, is the direct translation.
Where
So,
does it
cap.
come
I'm
from?
being real with you. AAVE
Who's ABE?
or Eubonics.
Who the fuck is Eubonics?
Yeah.
Eubonics was the king of Africa. And
Dude.
he came to America and he blessed us with his language. So we could all sound really cool.
It's hood slang,
Yeah.
Okay,
pretty much.
I thought like
Yes. So,
like cap, doesn't it refer to like a casing on a bullet?
yeah, that's the thing too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The term when they say no cap, then these youngsters are saying it. It literally just means like
It's like dead ass.
is dead ass. You'll say something ridiculous, and then people will be like, "No," and you'll be like, "No cap, dog." It's like you being like, "I'm not lying, no lie," like for real. Kind of means all those types of things.
Yeah.
I fucking still love yeet.
Yeah.
I won't lie. Yeet might be like my favorite word of the decade.
Isn't that like crossing boundaries? Is it in between Millennial and Gen Z? Yeet?
No, Yeet was like.
Yeet's a real early Gen Z term.
Yeah.
for
Yeet
sure.
was like when I was still in school.
Yeah,
It was with Vine.
Yeah, Yeet's definitely like a Gen Z term. I'm getting too slouched.
Connor, are you Gen Z?
I am Gen Z.
I forget that I asked that question to a Gen Z. Connor, what's your favorite millennial slang?
And my favorite millennial slang?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what like most millennial slang is.
Totes.
Avocado toast.
I'm trying to think of ones that we used in high school. Totes was one. Oh, for show. Just trying to think of all other kinds of dumb things.
No lie.
Say. No lie. That's probably like the origins of like no cap.
What's that one thing that Drake coined? YOLO. YOLO.
YOLO. YOLO's definitely a millennial slang.
Okay. I remember seeing that on like early MySpace.
Yeah, Millennial. That's what we're talking about.
Anything from MySpace is millennials.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm looking it up on the internet right now. What do we got?
So would you say like the XD laughing emoji face is a millennial one?
No,
Yeah.
that's maybe. That kind of comes from I think like Rage comics are super
Okay.
millennial.
I remember there was a while when I was still on iFunny that they were bringing back the old Doge comics and the old Rage comics, but they were like doing
Rage
this
comics.
really bizarre twist on them. All the Rage comics now were like self-aware, schizophrenic comics now.
That's weird.
It usually ended with like either aggressive violence or suicide.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Well, isn't that like a super big, like, I noticed that with the Gen Z kids I worked with is, you know what I mean? I'd be like, yo, can you do this small, tiny thing? They're like, kill me. I'm like, I didn't ask you to fucking, like, clean shit off the toilet. You know what I mean?
Hey, Connor,
concept
that
of,
reminds
death has been.
about the Doge. Did you guys invest in Dogecoin?
No,
Dude,
no.
I had $200
fucking
worth of
stupid.
Dogecoin when it was 6 cents, and I sold it at 10
And then
cents.
Elon blew it.
And then I'm like, oh no!
You silly ass.
I'm like, oh no!
Elon.
I'm like, I gotta pay my taxes.
wrecked
I gotta
it.
pay my taxes. I gotta sell it. And then I sold it and paid my taxes. And then I'm like, oh no! Oh no!
Older. Yeah, you missed out. You bought it a little too high though to really make like shit tons of money. The people who made millions bought in at like fractions of a penny,
Mm-hmm.
and they bought like a few grand worth.
Yeah, of course. But still, man,
look-
like an extra 10 grand would have been nice.
Yeah, it would.
But it tanked this week.
Whatever.
It tanked this week. It went down to 20
Yeah.
cents.
Elon.
Yeah. Did you see the SNL thing?
No, I didn't see the SNL thing because I don't like Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk hosted SNL and was talking about Dogecoin, and the second he mentioned it, it dropped.
30% in one instant.
Yeah. And then he proceeded to do like the most unfunny episode of the season, which is pretty low standards.
Yeah, it was pretty
and
trash.
His girlfriend or fiance or
Grimes,
Grimes,
yeah,
had
girlfriend.
like a panic attack dressed as Daisy.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
And got hospitalized over it.
Yeah,
Dude,
we got
I don't know why I
obviously
would-
over a panic attack. When you're that rich, you go to the hospital. Most people who get panic attacks are just like, here's a paper bag.
One of the things I did appreciate about him was just how forward he was about his kid. Because
I didn't see too many of the skits, to be honest.
no, it wasn't in the skits. It was just early on. Remember when they had the kid and they like announced his name and stuff? And Grimes was very much, it's like, we're gonna raise a gender neutral baby, you know, this kind of thing. I'm not gonna discuss it. And then there's just like, Elon, what gender's the baby? Boy.
What a gangster. Yo, dude, I looked up fucking millennial slang words, and they're the worst words I've ever heard. The ones that they are calling millennial. It's making me mad. Extra.
They're slandering
Hey.
our generation, Justin. It's these Gen Zers.
Low key. Yas. Turn. Lit.
Justin, you
damn,
use turn.
So fucking true.
You use turn. And you use yes
Yeah,
too.
dude. No.
Yes, I've
There
heard
is
you use
bruh
yes.
right here, which I definitely... It's always been very sarcastically, though.
Still use it.
Woke.
Yeah, woke, definitely.
Basic.
Yeah.
All kinds of other... Ratchet. Oh, he's ratchet a lot back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great one.
I would
That's a
describe
good
Leslie
song.
Jones as ratchet.
We need to bring that term back, dude. Just for people who are wilding out, though. Dank, dude. That's on there.
It's the dink dink.
I know that Ratchet. So here's what I wonder, if Ratchet still holds true to how it did with you, because for us it usually meant like a trashy ghetto slut.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
that's what it's always meant.
Okay.
That's for sure what it means. This bitch ratchet. Yeah, just like savage. There's some pretty other boring ones out there. Not that good. Whatever. I think Gen Z does have better slang. I'll give it up to them. God, I'm fucking blanking right here for a second.
So, Janaid, when I mentioned AAVE earlier, there's like this whole group of usually white girls that will like advocate that basically any slang that derived from hood communities should be gatekept by the black community. And so it's considered cultural appropriation to use hood slang if you're not black.
Oh, that's hilarious. I have a tangent to go on off that.
Well, it gets
Do
better.
it.
Okay, go ahead,
'cause
go
we,
ahead.
Wait.
we had one moment where me and my friends were using it in front of like one of our friends brought like another group of girls with him, and one of the girls like spoke up. It's like, you guys can't be saying that. And it's like, it's not appropriate. It's not your culture. And it's just like, whose culture is it? Like, it's African Americans. It's like, well, then it's still American based. It's still technically part of our culture. It's not like this thing was done in Africa and only exists in Africa. And she's just like, no, it's offensive. It's cultural improvement. It's like, LeVar, what do you think of this? And he's like, I think this bitch needs to shut up.
Oh,
Oh boy.
that's
What
funny.
was your tangent, Jay?
My tangent was when like brown guys see another brown guy dating a white girl, they're like, "Oh yeah, bro, you get it, boy." But then when you see a brown girl dating a white guy, you're just like, "I'm gonna tell your dad."
I'm gonna tell on you, bitch.
Yeah.
What the
And then when you see
It's just that.
and then when you see like a white guy who's dating a brown girl, like dress up in like a shalwar kameez or like get all cultural, they're like, "Oh, it's cultural appropriation." But when you see a white girl do the same, you're just like, "Oh, damn, look at that. We're colonizing the white race."
Do you think it might like literally come down to like like protecting your people?
No, dude.
You know
It's-
what I mean?
that could go
it
Because
is
away, though.
because if
deeply
it's
rooted.
the women that they deeply want, it's the women have to stick in same like race. But the men, yeah, you can go do whatever you want, like go fucking taint all the other ones or whatever, toward things.
Yeah,
inside,
no,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
It's
Like,
deeply racist, and I do not like this double standard at all, and it's not okay. But it's funny to see the hypocrisy.
Do you guys remember the Fresh Prince skit when one of them brings home her boyfriend for the first time? They're like, "Oh, I didn't realize he was so tall." And they won't say it. Then finally, Will Smith's character comes in. It's like, "Hey, you know she's dating a white guy."
dude, okay, so actually that's hilarious you say that. Our buddy Ron, who was on the podcast that just dropped yesterday, was telling me all about that he went to go meet his girl's family, and they all kept saying to him, now he's like maybe 6 foot, but he's not exceptionally tall.
Yeah.
And her family all kept saying like, oh, you're really a tall, and he'd be like, dude, I'm the same height as you. What are you
They
talking
just reverse
about?
Fresh Prince him.
Yeah. And at one point he came to me. He's like, "What? What were they? They would not say it, but all I could see him just holding back was like, you're so black." I go, oh boy, that's too good.
Oh, Ron is black?
Old people get away with it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I know though that so the LeVar guy I bring up a lot. He actually went to Reno for a minute in university. And he said when he was up there, he was like one of 4 black guys in all the dorms.
Wow.
And so because of that, every single black girl basically followed him, kind of deal, and he hated it because he does not like to date black chicks.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. No.
That's like you get a lot of shit for that.
Yeah,
in a lot
but
of
it's like
communities.
the yes queen culture behind that a lot of them hold. He
Mhm.
hates.
Yeah.
He's like, it's loud and annoying, and he doesn't like it. But at the same time, he's just like, that's not to say I wouldn't date a black girl, but I need to find me like one of those middle class, half white black girls.
Oh my gosh.
You know, one of them calm ones.
We knew a couple black dudes from our high school, and they were all like, one of them was raised by like a Spanish family. You could tell over the years, I think he was having kind of like an identity crisis for a little while. Didn't quite know. And then all of a sudden was like,
Yeah,
leaning
go and
super
do like a
hard.
all-white prep school.
Yeah, dude. All white kids around too.
Oh yeah,
boy.
there was this one black kid in my Spanish class, and he would always like annoy our teacher, and our teacher's like 4 foot tall, and she had to use like a booster seat for her car. He would make fun of her over that.
Oh god.
I'd probably make fun of her over that
And
too, though.
she would get so angry she would end up getting like all red and steam coming out of her ears. He's like, chill, Keebler elf.
Oh, just talking shit.
Yeah. It was a weekly thing.
God damn, dude. Kids are so ruthless.
Yeah, gets sent to the
This actually
principal's.
is a
Gets sent to the principal's office, but he wasn't on scholarship. His parents were paying full tuition, so the school just kept letting it slide.
Nothing to lose.
yeah. This actually has one of the topics I had coming up. Janae, do you think we were in like one of the last generations? Connor, you might be like kind of right on the cusp too, of when parents like unquestionably believed teachers and other adults before they believed your story, like 10 out of 10 times. If any adult or teacher said it with any sort of credibility, anything you say to like try to be like, that's not what happened, they're like, nah, shut up. But now I feel like, especially like regarding teachers, there's a whole lot of generations.
No, yeah, there
I've
were
heard this
there
from a
were
lot
a
of
few
teachers that
instances.
it's flipped.
Yeah, there were a few instances like that, but I had to like count on my parents like 3 or 4 times, and then finally they did something about it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this will sound serious for a minute, but I was like straight up abused by my 4th grade teacher and ran home and told my mom about it. And she pretty much was like, nah, that didn't happen. And it wasn't until like 3 hours later when like 4 other moms of kids in my class called and they're like, yo, our kid's talking about some crazy shit that happened at school today. And my mom's like, it's the exact same story you told. I'm like, yeah, that's what the fuck I'm saying.
How'd
like,
you convince all these kids to tell the same story?
right? It's a conspiracy at recess, Bob. But I think a lot of kids now too, like it's kind of flipped. It seems like a lot of teachers are feeling like the parents are immediately siding with the kids on anything.
I think it for one still depends on like the household,
right?
And it also depends on like the relationship between the kid and the parent.
For
Because
sure.
like I had a pretty good relationship with my parents, so if I told them something, they were more inclined to believe me. But my buddy didn't, and just had like a shit record. So he was very much under the pretense. Anytime he went and told on a teacher kind of deal, they're just like, "What did you do?
What would you do to deserve this?" Yeah, I think it switched somewhere in the last couple of years. It seems like that's okay.
Goddamn, yeah, but like
It's
being a father,
ahead, Jake.
being a father now. Like I think about like the schooling and all that. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna interview all the teachers that come in contact with my son. It's like, are you gonna teach nonviolence? Are you gonna what is your stance on equality? Are you gonna have religious sessions within school? Are you gonna do the Pledge of Allegiance?
yeah, that's
Like,
like-
what do you believe in? What sort of things are you gonna project? And
That's-
I'm basically like I'm gonna go sit in and on a few classes before I take my child to this school.
I mean, that's kind of the point too of the. I don't know if you've seen it, but a lot of schools do the open night parent thing before, like the first week of school, where you basically go and get like an introduction to all your kids' teachers, kind of deal.
Yeah, most schools do it.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
You spend like 30 minutes, and they essentially lay out their like semestral lesson plan, kind of like they're pitching their class to you.
Salesmaning you to be on their side. That seems fucking stressful, actually, now that I think about it.
No, it probably is.
Like, you're used to teaching kids all year long, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden now it's like a bunch of adults who are like
Right.
just
And-
looking at you all cockeyed, like, what the fuck are you gonna teach my kids, son?
Why are you teaching them such low math? Well, because they're third graders. I guess so.
No, dude, I just want them
No,
to
you're-
teach them to be a good person. That's it. Just like
I feel there's going to be so many issues, though, especially with, like, American schools of, like, the content of education now. Especially depending, because you can't, there's no guarantee that every single kid in your class is going to come from, like, the same parental background. So you're going to have, like, 3 parents that don't want you to have them do the Pledge of Allegiance, and, like, 3 parents that are hard struck on it, and, like, the rest that just don't care kind of deal.
Yep. It's gonna be a lot of all over the
And it's
place.
just going to be like, look, we have like guidelines of things I'm required to do, and pledge is one of them.
This is what the school told me is
This
the
isn't my policy. This is a school district. This is a national school district policy.
right.
It's a federal policy.
Yeah, I'm totally
If we
for the
don't
Pledge
do
of
this, we don't
Allegiance.
get federal funding.
Yeah, I'm totally for the Pledge of Allegiance. It's just like when they bring like religion into government, that sort of
Yeah.
stance. And like another thing, my nephew, when he was like 6 in first or second grade, the teacher was like constantly ignore him on purpose. And like he was in like a situation where like the teacher would be like, "Oh, he's autistic. He needs to go in a slow class." But it was obvious that the teacher was just trying to push him further and further back. It might be race related. It might just be she didn't like my sister because my sister is just as involved as I would be, and yeah, or that she just
That
found the
sounds
kid
like
annoying.
it's just a shit
But
teacher.
it's just a shit teacher, and you don't know when that'll come up. It could be in kindergarten. It could be in senior year.
Bro, I had a few classes where so I had a few friends that were the younger sibling, and they go into the class and basically be treated like their older sibling was because they'd recognize the name kind of deal. And it's
Right.
just like they're totally different people, but they're getting like being given a hard time because their older brother was a dick.
Yep.
Yeah,
And they're just sitting here trying to fucking pass history, getting a bunch of heat from their teacher.
yeah. My sister was a
Yeah, I
great
got that a
student,
little.
and I was a terrible student. So I got the benefit of the doubt.
God.
I got it sometimes with some people, mostly in my neighborhood. Not much with teachers because I didn't go to the school as them, but them like assuming me is the same as my older brothers. I'm like, you're not wrong, but I am very similar to them, so I can't act like it's not. It's too wild.
Mine is the roid rage, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but maybe. Let's see here. Do we want to do one more thing before we get out of here today?
Yeah.
I had something pulled up.
We're only at 47 minutes.
For some reason, I thought it was. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'll just throw this one out here with something I noticed the other day. It's like wondering if you guys have noticed the same consistency. I'm gonna make a kind of generalization here. My whole life, I felt like with a lot of my like male friends, we've been able to make plans kind of on the spot. You can think of like, yo, I want to go do this with my homie. You call them up and they're like, yep, I'll be over there in just a few minutes, you know. But as guys, we also really, really suck at making long-term plans. So like, all right, in 4 weeks from Friday to Monday, we're going to go on this little vacation. We're all like, oh, fuck, God damn it. Like, can you remind me when we're coming up a couple days ahead of time or something? You know what I mean? And I've been noticing it with like my mom and like my wife and old managers I've used to work with, that they get so frustrated that I can't make like a long-term plan. But then all of a sudden somebody hits me up at like 8 in the morning to go play basketball, and by like 8:15 I'm like dressed and like, yeah, I'm gonna go play basketball. Like, since when? Like I don't know, like 15 minutes ago we just decided we're gonna go do it, and I'm free.
You never really left like the state of someone knocking on your door. Can Justin play?
Yeah, dude, as a kid, when you're just like, yo, do you want to hang out right now? Yeah, cool. All right, cool. What are we doing? I don't know. Just come to my house.
I'll be honest, the first time I was going to come over to record, there was like a part of me that was really hoping that your wife was here and would answer the door. Because I was also thinking about getting like that stupid little hat with the propeller on it from like a
Oh
gimmick
my
shot.
god.
And he's like, can Justin play?
Can we hang out today? That's why we finally actually had to go like sit down and meet with you and your girlfriend too, because she just kept being like, who's this guy that keeps coming over? And I was like, hey, I guess you should probably meet him.
Like tuck in my hoodie into my jeans.
Pull him up to your ribs.
I was told that Justin lives here and I would like to play.
We are here to record the podcast, I think.
I brought Legos in my backpack.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Lord.
Is that really how women look at us?
Well, my whole thing was, I'm not gonna say that I can do an on-the-spot plan, because I can, but it depends on like the time of day. Because I've had friends message me. It's just like, hey man, you want to come over and drink? It's just like, dude, you were messaging me at 2 a.m.
Yeah, those are a little different.
I already put on my slippers and I am shirtless.
Right.
Perfect.
I am done for the night. I am not putting back on my clothes.
You
No,
don't
it's just
have
when
to.
it sounds good and you want to do it. You're both just like, all right, we're doing this. Let's do it. Okay, when are we doing it? Right now. All right, let's go. I used to do that a lot with you, Janae, when you lived here in Salt Lake.
Oh,
It was just kind of
yeah.
like, you want to hang out? Like, yeah. Like, okay, come over. Okay, I'll be there in 20 minutes. It's just how it was.
Yeah, dude.
Because
Times.
it's like, yeah, if it's something more like in the morning, I could do it. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
times
when
have
it's like a
changed.
certain time at night, yeah.
Work, of course, changes all of that. And
The other
getting
thing that
older.
sucks too is like I will agree to do something with my girlfriend, and the second I sit down, I get like a message like, "Hey man, hop on, we're about to play." It's just like,
Like, oh no.
I haven't played with them in probably a week, but I just agreed to this.
I always forget fucking shit. I'm always getting told, like, all right, like, you know, not this Sunday, next Sunday, we're going to do this. And I'm like, sick. Then that Sunday, I'm waking up like, all right, what do you want to do today? Do you want to go do this? No, we have this big plan. I told you about it. Like, oh, yeah, you're right. And in my head, I'm like, I don't even think I remember you telling me, but probably I forget a bunch of shit, so.
A lot of times the problems I ran into was during the early parts of quarantine. I wouldn't tell my girlfriend any of the plans until like the day of, just because I knew if I brought it up to her, she'd be like stressing about it the entire time, about me
Right.
going out. And it's just like, she can't stress about it if I do it the day of. But then I'd accidentally agree to do something the same day, because I'd totally forget that I already made plans for like a week out, and then I'd agree to something else a week out, and it's just like, oh shit.
Oh, no.
I gotta cancel one of these, and one's gonna be easier to cancel than the other, so.
We just suck as that, dudes.
Yeah.
Not our forte. Oh boy.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of just grabbing the keys and leaving and not telling anybody. That's not good when you're a father.
That
It does.
Yeah.
But
that's really bad.
it was like, oh, I was just leaving for 10 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm just going for a pack of cigarettes. I'll be right back. I swear.
Pack of smokes, dude.
I'll be right back. I
Some
swear.
shisha.
Yeah.
Oh god. Alrighty. Let's call it.
Thanks for listening, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's pod.
Thanks. We will be back again with you in a few days, 3-4 days, depending on when these things release.
How we go with it?
Love you. Bye.